The power of J-Skull returns!
It's been a while since I'd heard that, but here we are. Triumphant return. We are back, and we are back talking old school He-Man, Jason.
Absolutely.
But I've got a question. Why are we talking about this episode?
Because, my good friend, this is the earliest episode we have not talked about yet. And, upon watching it, I have thoughts. Violent thoughts.
They had money when they made this, I noticed. That's what I was just saying about it. They had money. So I think they spent a bit of it here, I think. Anyway, it's Colossor Awakes, and forgive the, you see the top of our head, see people waving, hi. It's just the way it is tonight, folks. You've got to live with it. But it is Colossor Awakes. And this is really the introduction of the Collector. Am I right, Jace?
Yes, it is.
Oh, sorry. Wow, you got it. Oh, I'm so jealous. I don't want to do this show anymore now. I'm just too jealous to go on. That's amazing, dude.
It's got its little nipple pinchers and everything.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes, that's the only Filmation toy that they've come out with is the Collector. You open her up somehow. Hold on, let me see if I can remember how to do this without breaking her. And, oh, there we go. You open her up and got your little dudes on the inside.
All right, Skeletor doesn't drive.
No, he's not. What? Oh, Merman, those weren't speed bumps, those were children. Good job.
There you go. That's pretty great.
I love this toy, by the way. It's great.
Yeah, you should. That's pretty epic. Pretty epic. But yeah, good old Skelly. Who was building it, Jace? Because Skeletor claimed over, almost finished the Collector. Like, you do that better, but he built it. Did he build it? Where did he get time to do it? I didn't know he was an engineer, Jace.
Skeletor can do anything. Although why he has his mount in the Collector still wearing the saddle is beyond me. Can't you take that saddle off your cat, please?
But the purpose of the Collector, is to collect, right?
Well, I'm assuming so, yes. That would make the most sense.
Doesn't do a lot of collecting, this thing.
It collects energy by turning things into stone, apparently. See, that is something that I actually want to talk about in this episode, because in all of the episodes of He-Man that we have watched, 2002 and Filmation He-Man, and even the few episodes of the New Adventures of He-Man that we've exposed ourselves to, this one's the worst. This one is really bad. And I think that it is indicative of the show that He-Man could have been if the writers didn't care. Because it's literally, this has happened over here, so we have to go over here. Oh no, now something's happened here, so we have to go over here. Oh no, now something's happened here, and now we have to go over here, and now everything's fine now. That's this episode.
Like, even my favorite character really gets hard done by in this episode. Like, even in the beginning, because he turns up with, to come and help.
And he brings a sword. Why does he have a sword? Does he know he's about to get into a sword fight? He never carries a sword.
Never. It didn't come in the packaging.
No. I'm just bringing my sword. I just have a feeling today. And Orko's competent in this episode. Did you notice?
He was. And George Lucas is going to sue somebody.
Yes, probably. He probably will. Sit down and go, oh my God, what is that? Is this a Star Wars cartoon? What is this? Is he a stormtrooper?
And you go with our theory that basically Man-at-Arms is the Dr. Kevorkian of the Eternia. He does the right thing again, and he punks him. Makes him pour water over himself.
Yeah, I believe
is a war criminal.
I believe that those little chess pieces were not holograms. I believe that they were abominations he created in his lab, and they were all in great pain and just sitting there on the chessboard going, "Kill me! Kill me! Please, Man-at-Arms! No more! Let me have the sweet embrace of death!"
We get Ram-Man, like he does his signature ping.
Did he even say anything in this episode? I don't remember him saying anything.
I don't think so. I don't think so. What I couldn't understand in this whole scene as well is, we get the line. I didn't mind the line. I got to say, Concrete Lion works for me. I don't mind him. I don't mind him. This is what my character's been leveled to, Jason. Dropping pop plants on bad guys.
Oh, goodness. Well, if it makes you feel any better, he hasn't been reduced to this. This is where he started.
Yeah, true. And they managed to, get rid of them in the short term? But
but
if
then...
it was up to Stratos, they all think they've won the war. Look at them.
Yeah.
We're only 5 minutes in. It isn't the end of the episode yet. There's nothing to cheer about.
We're all action figures, everyone. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Oh, no, we're statues now. I wish I hadn't been scratching my butt at that moment.
Queen Marlena, who's Earth, comes from Earth, is a human being. I don't know if I'd be listening to her about what's going on with Man at Arms.
What? I can see that when Man at Arms is not around, she is the closest thing to a scientist they have at the moment. So, I mean...
Well, they're in trouble.
Well, she is an Earth scientist. I mean, that's been established. She is a scientist. She just doesn't really science a whole lot. Or we haven't seen her science a whole lot. To be honest, I really liked that she had a larger role in this episode. I liked that she was useful in this episode beyond just... oh, now King Randor, be nice to Adam. He's a good boy. Beyond that, I like that she was more proactive and that she did her thing.
Yeah, I suppose. I just wouldn't have trusted her. I would rather not. I'm glad I wasn't turned to stone. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Put a little bit of castor oil on him. He'll be fine.
It's great to see Beastmaster with the first generation Sony hand.
Who the hell is Beastmaster?
Beastmaster. I'm sorry, I've got a thing for Mark Singer. But anyway, he's there.
Who doesn't? My goodness.
But he's there with the first generation Sony Handycam, which is pretty great, I think. Indicative of some of the designs of the super weapons. One thing they're consistent about in He-Man is their super weapons from an engineering visual standpoint never make any sense. And this is doesn't make any sense.
Very little on this show really made any sense if you really think about it. Very, very little. I also thought it was really kind of fun that Beastman is not really a huge buffoon in this episode either. He's basically like a very scummy backstabber who's somewhat competent. I really liked Evil Lynn's small cameo as well about Evil Lynn, what do you want? I want your power! Evil Lynn, I hate you! I hate you too, Skeletor! Oh, by the way, He-Man's coming and he is pissed!
That's her whole character arc in this whole animation series.
I just want his power!
Pretty much, right? But we get, with the Sony Handycam, we get the power to basically bring this stone creature to life called Colossor. Yeah,
he was useful, wasn't he? Was he though?
Right.
Was he though?
Like, as a villain, he was as good as
he was present.
He was present.
He was there.
It did cause for us to get the sorceress to get out of the castle. That was good to see her involved in some way.
Yeah. Oh, He-Man, go get the fire crystals. You're gonna need those. Okay, now what? Now crush them and put them in here. Okay, cool. Oh, now I'm gonna go do this. Yeah. Breaking Bad. Grayskull edition.
That's it. That's
He-Man. It's time to cook.
That's right. That's meth. That's sorceress meth. It's about 99.9% pure.
Now I have the power.
But that, and also she becomes just this annoying thing for Colossor to swing at.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just nothing in this episode seemed particularly necessary, I guess. It just seemed like the plot was just very disconnected, and there was no central story. It was just go here and do this, now go here and do this, now go here and do this, now go here and do this. And it was almost like It was almost like children wrote this episode. And I say that not as an insult against children or the writers. I'm saying that because this is the way that kids write. This is the way that kids tell stories, is that we were here and then we did this, and then we were here and then we did this, and then we were here and this, and then we were here and we did this, and then there was a monster and then it fell down and died.
No, I don't agree. I do think an adult wrote this because I think there is a certain type of tension being implied here in this next moment.
He-Man, I didn't realize that you were this buff. Push a little harder, Skeletor. I'll show you how buff I can get.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm totally pro that.
Is your face the only bone you have? Mm? He-Man.
You know what is annoying?
I thought I was the naughty one.
You know what is annoying though? They keep cheering in this episode, Jason. They don't stop cheering.
That's what I'm saying. This is so... Even seeing Battle Cat smile is kind of weird. Yeah, there is...
Man arms just like, oh, someone's dead. I can be able to put it back together.
Ram Man's just like, everyone else is doing this. I don't know what else to do. These characters are so... They're the proto... characters right now. I would not be surprised, because I know that the Diamond Ray of Disappearance was the first episode of the show. I would not be surprised if this was the first episode they actually wrote. And they just reworked it to a later episode. It just seems like this one is so rudimentary. It's so simple, and it's almost like it's incredibly childish too. It's just kind of, it's not really bad. It's just that, say what you will about this show. Yes, I know it was nothing but a commercial for action figures. I get that. But there was a certain level of sophistication to it. This is He-Man without the sophistication. And it was very odd.
Yeah, it was. It's not something that, thankfully, we don't get this for the entire series. And it would never have survived if that was the case. It just never would have lasted. But for what it is, like, it's not bad, is it? But it's not something that I would ever want to watch again, just because there's nothing of value to give to me.
No, there's not. It was a video game. It's a video game.
Yeah.
Progress from level to level, and every now and again, the bad guy comes in. Dr. Robotnik flies in, going, pew 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 pew, and you have to like throw something at him, and I'll get you in the next level, He-Man. That's what it was. Which is weird, because those types of video games didn't exist at the time. That's very odd.
The only thing I would say, that moment I showed earlier, I think really redefines my perception on this relationship, though. So I'm glad.
He-Man, are you bulging, or are you just happy to see me?
Well, I have a whole different approach to the series now, based upon that moment alone. So thank you, episode, for doing that. But there you go.
Listen, Joe. we know that tension was there. We get it. Skeletor is an old man with a mansion. He-Man is a young man in great physical shape and questionable sexuality. We know what was going on.
Mm-hmm. And it's all good. Eternia
it's fine. They're consenting adults. Let them do what they want.
Exactly. All right, well, this is going to be a super long episode, guys. If you're looking for a deeper meaning, analytical study on this episode, I think we've come as close as you can with this episode.
Yeah, I think by this point, after the Skeletor He-Man shipping, I think they know that this show is not deep. If this is your first time tuning into the Power of J-Skull, I am so sorry.
Enjoy. It only gets worse from here. So
but He-Man gets better from here. At least He-Man gets better.
Works opposite. It works opposite.
Unless, of course, we're talking about the new adventures of He-Man, which is not better. And by astonishing coincidence, guess what we're going to return to next time on the Power of J-Skull?
Okay.
We're going to return to the futuristic world of the new adventures of He-Man. Because surely it's got to get better. Surely it's got to get better.
I just can't wait to see Skeletor's horse buck teeth again. Right.
The weird Skeletor with eyeballs. Hey, you know what? I will say again, we have looked at the first few episodes, the opening 5 episodes of this series. I panned almost everything except for this depiction of Skeletor. He's weird looking, but on the other hand, I really liked his sinister, dry humor. About, did I tell you to breathe? Stop breathing right now. Okay.
Yeah, he's probably one of the highlights of the show, but that character. But you know what? We'll check it out next time on The Power of J. Skull. And how can the guys who've already been watching this all the way through, or they're just coming on board, how could they support us on this journey throughout the He-Man universe?
Why, my friends, if you yourself would like to have the power, all you have to do is go to Patreon. You can follow the link in the video description below and pledge as little as $5 a month to us two bozos to do what we love to do here on YouTube, and that is talk about old cartoons and movies and really things that two men of our age should not be doing. But we do it anyway because we don't like being told what to do, and if you don't like it, there you go. I bite my thumb at you, sir.
And of course, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm Australian. So, there you go.
And I'm not going to listen to you because I don't know. I think I may be on
I'm Australian.
I'm American. We don't listen to anybody. I'm not even listening to him right now.
That's right. Sign us out. Sign us out. Get out of here.
No, I told you I don't do what did people tell me to do here on The Power of J. Skull. Dang it.
Made you do it.